And his opponent crossing the blue corner wearing the white trunks, weighing 10 stone 10 pounds from the Old Kent Road and Maloney's Fight Factory. A welcome to Elvis M. Question your tiny Mr. Bob Edgeworth and referee Mr. Billy Air. This is 6 2-minute round.
Indeed it is. Elvis M making his second appearance as a professional fighter. His first one lasted 8 seconds of round 2 against James Paisley. Very impressive right hand knockout finish. He's up here against a very tricky survivor though in Arv Mittoo, who is 35 years of age and very experienced. And a nice guy too, to boot. So Elvis M then looking very impressive first time out, and against a live wire in James Paisley. He won't find Mittoo taking too many forward steps here. Oops, a daisy, big miss there from Elvis. And some in the crowd there beginning to take up the count. And it was the right hand that finished off Paisley, and he just landed it there on Mittoo's chops. And I wouldn't have expected Mittoo to land too many punches in this particular fight. But he's a lovely fella, and very good experience, of course, for Elvis M to learn from. 6-2's this one. Whether, of course, we get 6 out of this is another matter. Well, Mittoo there lands a right to the body. And the problem, of course, is when you fight a survivor, it's difficult to look good against them. As I say, when Elvis M fought James Paisley, it was a competitive fight until the final punch, and that's a decent start for Elvis M. Here we go in round 2. And don't forget, this is the round in which Elvis won his debut, and he just came out there with an intention, I think, of destroying Mittoo with the same right hand, but Arv just slinked away from it. And it's quite a character, you know, Elvis. I've seen him around the scene for quite some time, just anticipating his debut. When he made it, of course, he was very impressive, and he'll want to be equally as impressive here, but he's a lovely boxer. He's got some nice moves, lovely left hand, and of course he has power. Power only counts when it lands. Oops, well, right hand, left hook. That was just a slip there from Mittoo. Well, once again, a little left hand there from Elvis M. Well, he's chucking him around a bit here now, isn't he? Quite physical, quite a strong fella. Lovely stiff jab there again from Elvis. Another round then for Elvis M, and poor old Arv, not in it yet. Round 3 then.
Round 3.
No complaints so far about Elvis's approach to this. He's done all that could be expected of him, really. Up against a tricky individual in Mittoo. And Arv has got very good anticipation of a punch, and that's what will keep him out of trouble here. Or will it? And he's quite tough, although he doesn't take an awful lot of shots. He actually does take them pretty well when he does. Nice busy approach this from Elvis M, and you know, I've always said you don't learn a great deal by bashing people out very early on, and sometimes you need to get the rounds under your belt, and that's what he's doing here. A big round for Elvis M. Looking good. Elvis M then trained by Alan Smith. Halfway stage. Timekeeper is Bob Edgeworth. Nice double jab there again from Elvis M. And the one punch he can't really allow with any great authority is that right hand, because Mittoo just slides away from it and it turns into a glancing blow. So very clever defensive work there from Arv. Oh, big slashing right there from Elvis. Oops, well, a stumble again then from Mittoo. Well, this time, that thought that punch landed on his hair. It takes the count. And of course he won't complain. Ooh, big right there from Mittoo. And he might just pay for that. Oh, the end of another round for Elvis M, but Mittoo did get through with a decent right there. Into round 5 then. This and one more to go. And I've got to say that I think this is far preferable for Elvis M than an early blowout. As I say, you get a bit of exposure and get a few rounds under your belt. Test your fitness, test your moves, and are a good fighter to do that against. This long right there again from Elvis, but Arv Mittoo pulling away just at the right moment. Well, once again, that right popped over the top there by Mittoo. And there's no doubt that Elvis M has won every second of every round, including, of course, a knockdown round in the previous one. Yep, another round then for Elvis, one to go. Here we go then, sixth and final rounds inside this one. Well, will we get fireworks or a repeat of the previous 5? It's not for the want of trying, is it, from Elvis? He has had opportunities in this one and have just kind of run away from him. But I think it's been a decent boxing performance, this by Elvis, and of course he's injected a bit of power as well at times, but as I say, it's awfully difficult to make it tell against someone who knows how not to get hit. Well, a little warning there from the referee here, probably for taking his eye off the ball. Interesting to see this fight again in 6 months' time when Elvis has had a few rounds under his belt. Right there, catching Mittoo on the chin, but without the desired effect. Yep, all over now, bar the shouting, and he's going to get that one. 60-53, I think. Well done, Elvis. 2 out of 2.
But I want something for me to I'll do it now. You're now. So that's
Ladies and gentlemen, in 6 rounds boxing, the referee declared source contest of Mittoo 53 points, Elvis M 60 points, winner Elvis M.
There you are then, Elvis M wins every round, won by 2 points, of course, and he'll be very happy with that. Well done, Elvis. Bad luck to Arv. Absolutely right. Well done, mate. And once again, I think a decent, bright future, which is why he's wearing the sunglasses for Elvis M. Well done, mate.